Good evening everyone, and welcome to the official draw of the WCT7 World Championship. Tonight we'll be revealing the matchups for both the Open Division and the Women's Division. And to make sure that everything is done with complete transparency, we'll be joined by 4 adjudicators. Rob Shield, World Champion and Captain of Apex. Greg Ball, not 1, not 2, but 3-time World Champion, original Knight of Flight and Captain of Morera Gang. Emily Stout, Captain of Apex Venom, and Johan Ivita, the head referee at WCT7 and founder and owner of Chase Tag Poitiers. This year is special because we're approaching the 10-year anniversary since WCT1. With help from everyone within the community, gym owners, coaches, fans, and anyone who's ever stepped foot on the quad, this is a moment for us to reflect on the incredible journey that we've all been on together. One that started just outside playing tag in the garden, World Chase Tag has now amassed over 5 million subscribers across all platforms, been broadcast on national television in over 35 countries, and there are now over 40 quads in more than a dozen countries around the world. This year is really special. The WCT7 World Championship is like a new beginning. Why? Because everything we've done until now has been in preparation for this championship. For the first time ever, we are now beginning to see athletes that grew up on the quad with Chase Tag being their primary focus. It's a defining moment and the beginning of a new era for the sport. So from me and the entire WCT team, I want to express our deepest gratitude to all of you for following and supporting World Chase Tag around the world. We're about to do the draw. But before we do, let's take a quick look at this year's updated format.
This year's format brings a few changes. For the Women's Division, teams will now be selected randomly instead of based on rankings. Women's matches will now be played together in a single session rather than spread throughout the event, but the overall format remains similar. For the Mixed Division, however, we moved from 16 teams divided in 4 groups to 12 teams in 2 groups. And the session format changed as well. Each session will be focusing on only one group. This means you'll see your favourite team more often in each session, but the groups will be much more competitive. To get the details about each session and your tickets, you can use this QR code. There are no more playoffs or quarterfinals, and only the top 2 teams from each group advance. This means just 5 guaranteed matches and very little room for mistakes if you want to qualify. So remember, keep chasing and don't get caught.
Hi everyone, we're about to kick off with the Women's Division draw, and we're going to alternate between picking a Group A team and then a Group B team. So first off, we have Valkyrie, Team Valkyrie.
Valkyrie. Featuring talent from all across Europe, Valkyrie made a semi-final run at last Worlds. Now returning as underdogs, can they go even further this time?
Second women's team is Fakao. Fakao women, they're going to be in Group B.
Fakao Women. The youngest team in the tournament, Fakao Women is made up of top academy talent. Playing at home, can they use the crowd to their advantage?
So now we go back to Group A. Joining Valkyrie is going to be Team Volt from France.
Volt. Joined by the only world champion in the tournament, Volt are determined to prove they still belong at the top after losing some of their best players.
Now back to Group B. This is going to be Kunoichi, the first US team.
Kunoichi. Second place in the US at the Pan American Championship and at Worlds, Kunoichi have come close time and again. Can they finally break the curse and become world champions?
Now the final Group A team. This is Anarchy, probably the top seed for the event, Anarchy.
Anarchy. The reigning US champions, They storm through the national scene, entering as clear favourites. They're the team standing between everyone else and the title.
And the final Group B team in the women's division is Rooftop Queens from the Netherlands.
Rooftop Queens, the first team representing the Netherlands and the first to have an American import. After winning local events, it's time to see if they can replicate that success on the big stage.
Okay, so we're now finished with the draw. We'll go over to Christian for some more insights on the women's division groupings.
Okay, wow. So Group A, Anarchy, Valkyrie, Volt. I mean, I think the talking point for that group has got to be like Anarchy. You know, they won the US Championship. They've got Amy, which is the Baroness of Bolt from the US Championship. They've got Ava, who is the Baroness of Bolt from the French Championship the season before. So these are arguably the two best women in the sport right now. But Volt have recruited Melis, which is the current world champ, the captain of Nano from WCT6. Who knows how that's going to pan out with the knowledge that Melis will bring to neutralize Ava. Who knows how that's going to pan out. But it's worth mentioning that last time, Nemesis were the ones that people were talking about as arguably the favorites. And then look what Valkyrie did to upset that. So maybe that will happen again, who knows. Group B, Kunoichi, Rooftop Queens, Fakao. To me, this is kind of like established versus young guns, young lions coming up. An interesting fact is that in every event that Kunoichi have ever entered, they've always reached the final as a minimum. However they do it, they reach the final. That's what Kunoichi do. So they're very popular and maybe they'll have that support, but you got to keep your eye on the young guns that are coming up. Yeah, let's see.
Okay, now we're going to do the open division draw. First of all, we're going to divide the teams into two groups. Then we're going to finish off with a coin toss to decide which group goes into Group A with Hollywood Freerunners and which group goes into Group B with Parkour 59. So here's the first group. And this is Fata Morgana.
Fata Morgana. As the only representative of the Middle East, Fata Morgana are known for their intensity. Taking down veteran teams like Hollywood Freerunners in their debut and Eugen at the last Worlds, they entered the tournament aiming to turn that momentum into a championship run.
So this is the next group. And this is going to be Eugen from the UK.
Eugen. The oldest team in chase tag history, Eugen brings together the best players from France, the UK and the Netherlands. Often considered Europe's top team, they aim to finally claim their first title.
Okay, this team will be joining Fata Morgana. And this is Quality Movement.
Quality Movement. The only team from Scandinavia, they got absolutely demolished at last Worlds and have spent the last 2 years training for this moment. Is it time for the greatest comeback story?
Okay, and this team is going to be joining Eugen in the second group. Nyx, the US champions.
Nyx. Current US champions, Nyx feature a roster of unique profiles. Despite being one of the most consistent teams, they often go under the radar. This tournament is their opportunity to cement their place in chase tag history.
Okay, this is going to be the third team in the first group, joining Fata Morgana and Quality Movement. Rooftop Kings.
Rooftop Kings. Africa's first and only team in this tournament. They are the only ones to have beaten Hollywood Freerunners in the past 2 years. Is there a better place than France to ride that momentum and become the King's Killers?
And this next team is going to be joining Nyx and Eugen in the second group. The Crow from France.
The Crow. local team and France's third seed. The Crow made it this far by eliminating previous world champions like Mamba and the last world's finalists, Kimyo. They are determined to leave their mark on the sport.
Okay, this is the fourth team in the first group who will be joining Quality Movement, Rooftop Kings and Fata Morgana. Facao.
Facao Paris. French nationals runners-up and a local team, Facao entered the sport with one goal, claiming the world title. In their first appearance at the competition, they now have their shot.
Okay, and the fourth team in the second group who will be joining the Crow, Eugen and Nix. US's Dexterity Depot.
Dexterity Depot. US runners-up, a team with no weak links. They sparked the France-US rivalry, yet fell short previously. Can they show that the US is the dominant force this time?
Okay, and this is the final team of the first group. Nimbus from the US.
Nimbus, US's third seed, one of the oldest teams in the sport, formed by friends who've always stuck together. They've now recruited players from other teams. Could this be what they needed to finally claim a title?
And this is the final ball. This is going to decide who joins Nix, Eugen the Crow and Dexterity Depot. This is, all the way from China, Parkour Man.
Parkour Man. The only Chinese squad, they have dominated the national scene but struggled internationally. After 2 years of secret training, are they ready to change the narrative?
Okay, we've now completed the draw and we got the teams into two groups. We're going to do a coin toss. If it's heads, the first group will go into Group A where they'll join Hollywood Freerunners. If it's tails, they'll go into Group B and they'll join Parkour 59. So here's a coin toss to decide which group goes with Hollywood Freerunners. Heads, Hollywood Freerunners, tails, Parkour 59.
It is heads on the... Can you guys see?
Heads.
Show you guys.
Okay, we now finish the groupings. We'll pass over to Christian and he's going to add more insights into how the teams are divided.
Fata, Quality Movement, Nimbus, Rooftop Kings and Facao. So, I mean, the big story there is got to be Hollywood. Hollywood have dominated for the last couple of years. They've assembled maybe one of the best teams ever. Kyle is back, you know, and if he comes back completely uninjured, Kyle is a killer, right? Kai, if he's uninjured, he's a killer. Carson's a killer, Gabe is a killer. There's a team of killers. Like, how could they possibly not make it out of that group? Right? But the only team to beat Hollywood in the last 2 years has been Rooftop Kings. And they are training, they are hungry for it, yeah? I'm not saying that the others aren't hungry for it. You know, Facao, Young Lions, I know they're hungry. Nimbus, wily, established, Fata, you know, even the Quality guys can cause some upsets. Group B, Parkour 59, Eugen, Nix, The Crow, Dexterity and Parkour Man. I mean, this is the group of death, because the worst that Parkour 59 have ever done in a WCT pyramid event is at WCT6 when they got to the semi-final. But they were beaten by Hollywood, who were the world champions. And they were the only team to get an evasion from Hollywood in that event. So you cannot write Parkour 59 off. And also, they've just recruited, arguably, one of the best players, or certainly one of the most talked about players at the moment, in Gabin. And Gabin, by the way, was the only person in the last 2 years to have evaded Kai. Okay, it wasn't a sudden death, and it wasn't a full 20 seconds, but still, it's an interesting stat. Knicks are the current US champions. They narrowly beat Dexterity, but they did beat Dexterity. You know, the Crow, they've got local support, they're hungry. Parkour Man, 4 times national champions. And Eugen, We all know what Eugen is capable of doing. You know, can they deliver? Will they deliver? Anything can happen in that group, and I can't wait to see every match play out in that group. That group is gonna be crazy. That was a really interesting session. Thank you for spending the time with us. Don't forget to buy your tickets at www.worldchasetag.com. We look forward to seeing you on the 6th and 7th of June in every Coqueron at Les Arènes. Keep chasing, don't get caught.
By the tilted cube, Lando powering down the front line. Oh, the dive comes in. Want to show one way then the other, and he keeps on doing it. Oh, he went into the mountain. Oh, that is committed. He did the Hollywood story, and Hollywood are champions of the world.